Me did the young antechua, and maybe I'm discovered for Europe. I come a bushing for Ghana. No, me used to tap send, tap send. No fee mobile money transfer. Easy, convenient, fast, and sounds so free. Won't you share? Me discover ye map him. Tap send. Intienne. Also download the Taptap Send app. No, ever mobile phone so free. Na first ka come abusuya for Ghana for na. Taptap Send. Papa no.
Abusuya sikamani edwumakuo a ene Ghana for ye tie brochire nyina yaji atum Taptap Send. Eno aso obefo phone na wa download Taptap Send no ewo phone so. Taptap Send adaworoma amesi kamani ayefo ayede. Memma refi se ene so ba brochire ha eyesi kamani edwumakuo a bogus ye nyina yaji atum se ye no mu be ye adwuma Taptap Send.
Hello, my name is Sika. Living in Europe, Italy to precise. Whenever I want to send money home to Ghana, I use Taptap Send. It's affordable, reliable, and so convenient. Download the app, use it, and thank me later. Taptap Send, no libby, no laba, the best choice.
Reminding you that this is the sound of Africa. OT Radio is live and alive. This is the time we open the house and this is the newest version, of course, the greatest time of our moments now. OT Radio has come to stay. Tune in on www.otradiouk.com, and of course we have live activities more coming on politics, sports, social entertainment, and everything that you request. My name is Sanko Fatichinan, so I'm going to be part and parcel of it. And of course, OT Radio has come to say this is the sound of Africa.
Yeah, TV. We are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Meeting and then Nana Kwame Osei too. And then you may Mamunina Akwaba SI Edemo Abajumeti. So Mestre and Yanoma Omudi Kai join here. Now more expect to see a best started program. No, now so in due time. No, yeah, best remo. Mijitum say flyer no. It says 8 p.m. Nyame Ayatuma from next week on the flyer no the Ebema time specification I very clear. As I say average Medino Imuatre Binimuti from Canada, Binimuti from US, Binimuti all over Europe. Baby Bia and Ebema time specification I very clear said here but I'll be who time one Jumedino Ibivitian say Abribia Ivitian say UK time 8 p.m. Europe Central Europe time no so no Obeka say 9 p.m. Now baby I want so no 9 so no why calculation no time yes correction na I very clear to all of us name and you may Mamuina Kwaba at the mobile Jumedi so. Yebedi kai ede aseda ede ama Taptap Send Jumeku and they wukita yimu ema yitimi ede jumedi April every Thursday bia ye nyomwa enka yebeye den bigidi se Taptap Send jumedi awodi so aba emfa so bebre ede ama ye nyina enu nti na nwumre ye nyina ye hiem aye ba betwetwe enkomo enu nti mede aseda kese ebema Taptap Send bia ene first time o Taptap Send enka UTN Facebook YouTube and other social media platforms Taptap Send eye ejumekua and I say apa utimi efaso edisend sika eko Africa any Asia ye in charge of commission bia me sense to be ye in charge of commission bia any omo enekita yimu ema etimi edijumedi April it and the first time na utia mesre wa na say Europe UK, Canada, America. That's it. On download the Taptap Send app na. Bomodia call Play Store, App Store. Na download the. That was what me and I'm so at the ascend this car. Akobo ebusian for ewo o my Ghana. And I know and nyame madum and I be Ghana. Na me be Ghana and I move fast to ewo Taptap Send app no so papa. This I say ebra me no ka say me ka say efi Ghana na ma family bank card ama is answer a bank card in Sabrina, and who is a day here, me papa El Ghana. Is answer me the call any ATM beer kuiska, me bank be charge me. Now so me kita me tap send app, ma link it to me bank account. And no answer me here sika beer, I'ma send this sika from Taptap to my Ghana number, na mako any mumu vendor beer hon, makakui. Cool, mini or how be it make countful at the amount be say be over back Ghana summer and I say Christmas bomodin na download the app we be pray. Yo, I bring in a Jumadi so yeah you call Taptap send us na ya the wiki if there is any update via aba and sakrai bi aba anase bibi bia ehun be hia se customers ebe hu na omo amaye sa update no na chi no na fe yakọ ye topic of the day. After the topic of the day no ye ma abusuafo ho kwan obi a okọ iso ho kwan no obusa question about what we are talking about. No na chi no ye Taptap send focus session ebia or question bia about your Taptap app na you do focus session honor now the same questions no edi aba ram to any Taptap send team no ewo zoom no so ombeboa normal sa question ni na edi ama me hu ni say last week bra the topic of the day no na ebinumu episode mu busa question regarding the Taptap send app. Mestre say the structure of the program muma yenye ni sa yenka ye beka ho asem and then we are now question the busa question on the topic of the day. Then we move on to Taptap send focus session. Anything regarding your Taptap send app no and no now the aba ye ni sa na ma program no I well organized muma yenye ni sa na bibia ko kama and then so no mebo me homodin bia na do na question omo e de beba no ye be ma omo kwan no mo atimi abusa and in sabre me nchere ho mefa ura mauto Abraham or no any director for Growth Africa or Zoom no so na wo my update e ho no mo for this week e wo Taptap send aso ye and on you know we are talking about update e ho no on E-Levy today again. So program out of Mimajo and Moakwaba, I do Benjamin so.
Ampaabeng, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
You have a call.
Yamina do Uguzu Shirai.
Sorry. It's good to see you. Good sir. I saw you only 2 hours ago. So we are both in Accra, sitting in 2 different places during this call. Indeed.
Yeah.
Why are there? Yeah, so good evening. It's your point, I mean, to all our lovely customers, a very, very big good evening to you, and also to Ampaabeng Dasepan. Thank you for having us on this show every single week. Thank you for hosting the show, and thank you for allowing us a chance to connect with our customers. I say it every week. I really, really appreciate this time because it's an insight into the community. It's an insight into how what's happening in your lives, what's happening in your bedrooms, what's happening on your bus home from work. So this is fantastic. And I thank you a lot. Some of you take the time every single week to join us to have a conversation. And for some of you, this is the one interaction you have with a Ghanaian community wherever you are in the diaspora. It's important to me because it's my one time. And it's a week in the say at least on Thursday, no, I get to speak to you and talk to some Ghanaians. I love it. It's fantastic. So that's fine. Midindi Kokumalto, Mifi Peki. I was born at 37 Military Hospital. I lived in Medina all my life. I went to Presec. I went to Legon, but for the last 17 years, I've lived in London. And I also happen to be the growth director for Africa for Taptap send, due to Africa, so my Taptap send. But my first love is Ghana, and Ghana is where my heart is at. So I look after the Ghana team, and that's what I do. Inti, that's me. That's what I do. And I come on this show to listen to what you have to say about Taptap send, listen to what you have to say about anything that matters to you, so that we can learn together and make things better. This week, then also this week at Taptap send. This week we have gone to Ghana. That's the big thing this week. I've been in Ghana this week. Nana Kwame is in Ghana. Nana, our co-founder, is in Ghana. We have been in Ghana this week doing a number of things in Ghana, DNA or Ghana. We had to, last week, Kashamu said, the E-Levy now, there was lots of uncertainty and lots of things that were not very clear about how they're going to implement it, what it was going to look like, all of that. Indeed, this week, we have taken a chance to meet a lot of people. You share MTN, you share some ministers, you share some media people, And we've met government, we've met Bank of Ghana, we've met lots of people this week trying to understand what's happening in the economy, what's happening with E-Levy. And we have some big news, which we'll talk about shortly, because we now understand what's happening. And only that's the big thing that we've done this week. It's about E-Levy, 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 E-Levy. And I'm now determined and ready. Say we can talk about E-Levy today. Any question will be let's answer it, and let's give you the assurances you need to continue sending money to Ghana. So that's what we'll do this week. This week, as always, every single week, we've been working hard to give you the best rate. And he said Easter Abba, and the rates are not as good as they were 2-3 weeks ago. But at the same time, no, as I said, we would keep trying our best to make sure that you have the best rates to send money back home. Last week, I spoke about the fact that we've added some rural banks to Taptap Send. I encourage all of you to go into the app, go to send money, and when you get to choosing your recipient, try and find out whether your bank is on the list, because we've added a whole list of new banks. I want you to try it out, because the only way I even say, hey, money say some of you will try it out, because me, I don't have a bank account in Sefiwi also. But ABR, you have an uncle who lives in Sefiwi also, and he's been asking for some £5. This is the time to send him £5. Pay it free. It's a no-fee money service. So no fee for transfers. You can send money to rural bank. So please, if you haven't done so yet, go on the Taptap Send app, look for bank, choose bank, look for your bank. If it's a rural bank, please send money to it so we can see how it's working and we can know how it's working. That's the other big thing to say. Apart from that, everything is fine in Ampaabeng, and God has been blessing us, and God has been good, and no problem so far.
No problem so far. Since I me back Ghana, no, I say a year, the 3D, no, and yes, a hammy, but a year Juma, Ghana, hapa. The Indian say, app no, it me detect wo IP address. And now all this while me use Taptap Send app no, London, me IP address in London in a detective. If we do Ghana, a detective say one different location, and now say be person sending ticket through the app from different location. No, me pay or say confirm with your bank app, confirm with your bank app. And it ubet me access C3DS security system. No, so be mama me. This answer a idea be say and yamin kwana me face all customers can go through it. Sisu be mansani at topic of the day.
That's totally fine. So 3DS at Teresa is called 3-dimensional security. It's a law in UK, Europe, and most of America, which means that when you are doing any transaction with your card online, which is you are not in person, a distance selling. So you are not standing in front of the person using your card. You are buying something from Amazon, from Alibaba, or from anything that say you are doing it online. The law requires that you confirm that you are the person making the transaction. So there's 3 dimensions of security. So you have to confirm. So if you are using Taptap Send, you put your details in, you want to send £100. We have to be certain, we at Taptap Send, who are the people making the transaction, we have to be certain, say, you are the one making the transaction. That's so, you have to be certain, we have to be certain that it's you, and also the bank has to confirm that it's you. So most of the time, who do final screen now, when you press send, our system now, in the back end, it communicates with the bank system so that the bank can confirm, say, SMSC are trying to send £100. Is that the right SMSC? And is the SMSC doing the right things security-wise? So you have to confirm on your bank application, and then you come back to Taptap Send and complete your transaction. So all those communications are happening in the background. So then what you will see is you see that the transfer might wait a little bit, because who click send that, don't close the screen, because who closes the screen now, then it doesn't connect to your bank app. But your bank app, you have to open your bank app. So only bank app, I think you probably have to download your bank app. Maybe I will Barclays and I say, Halifax if you're in the UK, or I say, Postpay and Inter Sao Paulo if you are in Italy, or you have one of these your friend is saying support systems if you're in Germany, or you have Ideal if you're in Netherlands, or you have other systems if you're in the US. So every bank now has an online app. So apart from Taptap Send, you also need to confirm your transaction on the app that your bank has given you that you use. It is very, very important. It's for our security, it's for your security. Meaning, say, look, the money that we send to Ghana, no, we work hard for it. Because it's easy. We work really hard for the money. Until we send it to acquire one or two things, then the money gets lost and you don't know where it is. And it's difficult when that happens because we can't refund the money because if just like that, we have to do a whole investigation and it could take time. So, Mr. Emoa, I know that it could sound like we are putting barriers in the way of sending your money. Definitely, trust me, I'm not, because I've told you, all I want to do is move all the money from the West to Africa. That's my number one mission. And I'm doing that one day at a time. So anything that I can do to help you move the money, I will do. And that's what I'm doing with Taptap Send. Into Mr. Emoa, it's not me or it's not Taptap Send putting barriers in your way, because all I want to do is move your money. So the security is important. And let's try and keep confirming with the bank as we go.
Mr. Mauto, I know it's not time for questions and about security reasons. I want to raise something now because I think about a month ago or something, I sent money to Ghana. And then 2 weeks after, I sent the money to my brother. He had not withdrawn the money from his account. I was there when he sent me a screenshot that the money has been reversed. I didn't know what happened, so I think he said he contacted MTN and the money was redeposited into his account. I don't know how that was possible. I don't know how that could happen. So I didn't know if it was like a problem from Taptap Send or from MTN or what. So can something be done? Because I was trying to call the Europe number, the number that we have online, but none of those numbers went through. But the transaction was reversed and the money was out of his account for a few minutes until he called MTN. And I don't know how that was possible. Yeah.
Okay. But if you send me a message, we'll Zoom. So until sending me direct message, I can with your name and your details so that you don't share it. I can have a look into that because I would explain as well. When we send the money from Europe, right? Yes, and there the Taptap Send system, no, it doesn't do what I call the last mile of the transaction. Once it hits Ghana, we have some local partners who make sure that the money we have sent gets into the MTN account or gets into Vodafone or gets into the bank or gets into wherever the money is going to. So there are some tech companies in the background. There's a number of them. They are tech companies and they do the last final bit. Into what happens between MTN and the Momo account and all that kind of stuff. No, it's not directly Taptap. So how those systems work is not something that we have total control over, but it should be secure because we've tested it and we know it works and we are making sure that we are checking, say the transactions are okay. What I'm talking about is more the security of the actual money you are sending in the sender country in Europe before it goes. But what you're talking about is slightly different. It's still important, and I think we should look into it, and I'll look into it for you. But it's slightly different, if that makes sense. Okay.
Right. I know, say, Obiane question here, but as it throw us off what we are doing, we should try as much as possible for us to follow the format that we are following. Into Mr. Emoa, question beyond the topic of the day. You have a question on the topic now, Diaba. Then we'll move on to the next stage, which is Taptap Send focus session. Then anything regarding Taptap or the bar, and also we will deal with it. Yo, said Mauto and today we are talking about E-Levy. All that you need to know and all your questions that you have will be to me at the bar. He will answer them for you. Yes, yes, that's it. Ora Mauto will say big news about E-Levy for all of us. We want to hear that. Or meet yourself.
I'll meet myself, yeah. I think the big news from my walking through the corridors of Ghana this week is that the E-Levy does one. I think we knew already that E-Levy doesn't affect remittances. If you are sending money from abroad into Ghana, there's no E-Levy charge on that. I've double confirmed that. I'll give you somebody else to speak to in a minute. And the second thing, that's the big news. They say, when you are taking money out of your Momo in Ghana, that will not be affected by E-Levy either. That is big news. It was big news for me, and hopefully it's big news for you. If you send money through Taptap Send, we'll send $100 through Taptap Send, and it gets to Ghana, somebody's Momo account. You would not pay any money to send that money from Europe to Ghana. And when it gets to Ghana, your mom, your auntie, your sister, your friend, your brother, your business partner can go to a Momo agent and take that money out in cash without paying E-Levy. So E-Levy does not affect any of your transactions to Ghana unless, say, your person in Ghana is doing something from the Momo account. Maybe they are sending money to some Momo account, which is not for them as well, some different Momo account, then, or they are buying something with Momo, then that E-Levy is affected. But the big news today and the big news from this week is that E-Levy does not affect your transactions. And Ampaabeng, before I carry on, I'll let my very good friend explain a bit more, because he's been talking to a lot of people in the industry and in the space about E-Levy. So, you know, yeah, I would let him. So I'll introduce this big man here. So this man sat next to me is called Mr. Bernard Ampaabeng, who is also one of my best friends. And I'm currently living in his house whilst I'm in Ghana. So Bernard, I think you should introduce yourself and tell people who you are.
He's a big man. A big man.
Nana Kwame wanted to say something.
Go on.
Hello, guys. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Nana Kwame, I'm happy to be here. Hi, my name is Bernard Avle. I am a journalist with City FM and City TV. And in Chi, yes, in Centrofo. Yesterday, some leading journalists had the chance to interact with officials of the technical committee implementing the E-Levy for almost 2 hours. And we be some into some of the concerns of the consumers we channeled to the technical committee. After that engagement on my TV show, The Point of View, at 9 p.m., I had 2 officials of Ghana Revenue Authority on to answer questions from listeners about the E-Levy. So what Mauto said is very true. In fact, somebody sent a question from either Italy or Germany, specifically asking whether if he sent money from Taptap to a relative in Ghana, it would attract the E-Levy. And the 2 officials from GRA confirmed that no, because the originating sender is not based in Ghana, the tax does not affect them. Because the nature of the E-Levy is that it's a tax that the sender of the money pays. So E-Levy is a levy on transfers, but the transfer must originate from Ghana. So as Mauto said, that's a very big point, because even though we knew it wasn't very clear, this is the first time they've admitted it publicly that it will not affect transactions originating from outside Ghana. So I think that's a big news. The second big issue was we asked them, in Ghana, there are 2 big things, cash in and cash out. People go and put money in their Momo account. That's what you call cash in. Yeah. When you pay money into your Momo account, E-Levy doesn't affect it. And in Ghana, cash out is very big. So you send money to your auntie in Kumasi, and she wants to remove the physical cash to go and buy cement. In cashing out that money, it doesn't attract E-Levy because it's still her own money. In fact, if your auntie has 3 mobile money accounts, one with MTN, one with Vodafone, one with Airtel Tigo, and she wants to move the money from MTN to Airtel or Vodafone, once all those 3 accounts are registered with her national ID, the system knows that it is Auntie Ekuya's account, so there's no charge. If the money you send her, she wants to send it to her bank account with Absa, Zenith Bank, whichever bank, Once that bank details is registered with her national ID card, it's considered money sent to the same person. So no charge. So whether you send money from Taptap to the person's bank account or to the person's mobile money, once they move the money within their own accounts, whether it's a bank or a Momo, whether it's the same network or a different network, whether it's the same bank or different bank, it does not attract E-Levy. That is huge. If she wants to remove the money to do anything, E-Levy is not affected. In fact, if she even wants to make a payment of a bill, so long as the merchant is registered by the Ghana Revenue Authority, the E-Levy will not apply. So for example, you send her money and she wants to buy something or she wants to pay for her DSTV. Because DSTV is registered by GRA as a tax-paying agent, she would not pay E-Levy on that amount. But if she wants to use the money for something like Amazon or Netflix, these organizations are not registered with GRA as tax-paying agents. So that one she will pay E-Levy, although the first 100 cedis per day is tax-free. So these are very significant details. And as I speak to you, the GRA, they are still having meetings. Omuni e-money issuers, PSPs, Omunyan in Kitaho. I actually interviewed Ken Ashibe yesterday, who is from the Chamber of Telecoms, and he confirms that they are still having discussions. In fact, the telcos, MTN and Airtel Tigo, have even agreed that when E-Levy starts, the charge that telcos charge to people who send money, the 1%, they will reduce it to 0.75%. So these are significant developments, and I think that you should be rest assured that you are not, in fact, I think the government recognizes, I need to say, the government recognizes that remittances like what you send, what is called in economics, private remittances, is a very important part of Ghana's economic development. It's unsaid, because we don't have a lot of foreign currency, what you guys send helps to stabilize our city. And I'll tell you something, in 2020, you guys sent $3.5 billion. That is exactly the same amount we got in FDI. So private remittance from people from Italy, US, Japan, and whatever was the same as the amount of FDI we got into Ghana. So I feel that that part of the economy that Taptap is trying to grow in Ghana is very key to the government, and they don't want to hurt it. And that was the first question that came. So for me, I think you guys are okay. There is no problem so far. There are other details that we got from yesterday. If you have questions, so long as I have the answer, I can give them. But for now, I think those two big stories, remittance from abroad not attracting E-Levy, cash in, cash out not attracting E-Levy, are the two big stories.
Yo, openi so kasewia, and no, openi jaria ni nsuasa. Enti enya dia yebeka sabebre, but what I would do in say yebebo modern near man for ho kwan no man busa questions about E-Levy, because after eneno we will still answer questions on E-Levy, but for the past three consecutive weeks we've been talking about E-Levy. Now Bernard Wahai our big mind so the as you take your opportunity now you busa questions via about E-Levy, so that there is no fears about E-Levy when we are sending money to Ghana to support our families back home. And it's the amount of so will be mema okwan but uni be the any ye man from kwan for questions and bra while the questions goes on, that's how be you can add on. Okay, thank you very much. Yo, abusia for intisa braid say question be our ma on saswa abutremu mebo modern na mafamo na afi ye nyina yetimi didi enkomo about E-Levy ni hu say they said the first news no isuru bi anim sa anything my yenko na yemfa ora osu bacho or meet yourself na for question bra. Wow.
The question me bisane say E-Levy nankasa no edi adwuma na ebeye
abusuafo mami indi kan enka say programming aye about E-Levy no, we are not going into the politics of E-Levy. Tax that meba
politics ase na make the person me busa say eniema ben na E-Levy no ebe charge say bia me fan say me wo ase me nye politics organ say bia me fan say ma send this ka koma ebia ma dofo organ na ebia wo kwakwa ko yiska no ekwan be so na E-Levy be fa so a charge no sa na me person me busa nye tie be ye organ na ho ase na me busa. And
utie from the beginning wachiremu achire say the wo send sika e koma abusuafo e wo Ghana E-Levy bia eniso okwa akoyi a E-Levy ni so na emum se wo de akwa akoto onipa kono account mu na wankoye cash out na emum ono so send de akoma obi a ye sika na all send de akoma obi no eno ena ye be charge E-Levy also. Name who was sending sika. But the question was that at the end E-Levy ni be ye. And until na me did say ya ba mu fo ni betimi yo that's sense so. Yenko nana afun paja ye ti. Nana, unmute yourself.
Yeah. E-Levy, no, I start here now. Say, when is it going to start?
Nyame Eyaduma, first week in May. I stand to be corrected. Bernard, but you'll take it from me.
No, correct. I almost say that plan implementation date first May. Into say almost technical consultations in Damboa. All things going well, first May they'll start applying E-Levy.
Thank you.
Yo, is it Shalanku?
Yes.
Shalanku.
Shalanku. Okay. But your question is Abibi ameko Ghana. Nam pese mi use car. Me were both normal MTN SIM card and I'm saying merchant SIM card nibi. Na ya merchant and this can kugu merchant SIM card niso. Na ma send it to obi a me person me demand. Bede me mu say me organ na me send it ba merchant SIM card niso. Na me send the mango for no on betiti E-Levy nana.
That's a good question. And if the merchant is a registered merchant with the GRA as a business owned to your E-Levy, that's our understanding. I stand to be correct.
Bernard, merchant SIM card no ye the go for you so kiosk nim go for kojiska no.
And I can say the understanding I had was twofold. Say because merchants, you are an agent for somebody. In wow business now we are registered merchant. Now you are known as a merchant operating with either MTN or whatever. That transfer you are making on behalf of the person because nipa no with your E-Levy dada into won to mean to your second double payment. So the understanding we had was that if a merchant is doing that, he will not be charged on the same transaction. Because to say, let's assume say maybe manisika ma yellow, but me ankasa me nim say na me manisika nti me the manisika ma a merchant na money ma yellow. Once me manisika na omo charge me E-Levy was no. Who merchant no air transfer ama only for corner ojisika na yen to me and charge merchant ni E-Levy was second transaction so. But what am I say?
Okay. Okay, because the entire makers are no as the project be cost on T. And when I send the guswa, me dim that SIM card is in my name. na ma yiso asende tua workers nika. That means that me send them workers now yen charge E-Levies on.
And when some me ase ye e wa usika enye se obi amani wa woman ma worker no wa usika na wo sa send use merchant sim.
Yes, me am usika from UK.
And but who ye if Ghana sim so.
Me yes Ghana sim so sim near merchant. Enye normal MTN card maybe.
And you bet you E-Levy.
Really?
Because in fact yesterday maybe saw a question said send me workers meet ya on mobile money to say maybe me by day workers are made momo edit your car about attracting E-Levy now the answer they gave was that the person sending the money to those workers will pay E-Levy on it insofar as they are receiving the money on their momo. No, it was clear. Although, if you are a government salaried worker receiving money from E-Switch is a system that some government workers are paid on. And no, dear, because the organization that issues the E-Switch platform, GIPS, is not an electronic money issuer or a PSP as by the law, payments on E-Switch will not attract E-Levy. So, for example, some cocoa farmers yetiomo on E-Switch, national service personnel yetiomo on E-Switch, and no attract E-Levy. But say who a private worker who using merchant sim, it is workers' salaries on Momo, and no, you have to top up with the 1.5%. But it will not affect the first 100. Let's assume you are paying the person 400 cedis. They would charge the 1.5% E-Levy on the 300 until first 100.
On say moka cash in, cash out. On. Until man say obi call momo for ni biwa. Now oba cash in. Another okoye cash out to say the o send sikaro no wa jisika every nipa no ebi awaba wo say o me pese me send nipa way 200 Ghana no the 200 na ma into wo na wo send 200 na kono say 200 ni e be charge wo sim card ne so
Adarma, cash in the outreach and then cash in. Cash in is a who 200 cedis. Who person will pay onto your SIM, your MTN or your Vodafone account, and no you cash into your account, and no attractive E-Levy. But say the way the law works now, you cannot go and make a payment to somebody else's Momo. Because 3 or 6 months ago, that was done. It is unless you are transferring from your account into somebody's account. It is that's from your account to somebody's account. That is a transaction, but that's not what's called a cash in. A cash in is when you go and pay money into your account at a merchant. Or what you must say, what you are describing is not cash in. What you are describing is
so what is kind of man? You want say me person me send this kama my big na momo ni nche. And a man 200. I say on send 200 ni ma Bernard on the make Inti ono no obe send ya ma ono no be no cash in e on the system ni so. No I send ya ma. Me wa waje sa 200 no e wo me ho. Does it mean say all sending you be charging on the SIM card ni 1.5?
Into Uber say, oh yes, our transaction. One kasa, you don't want to send it from your own account. Uber say merchant send it.
Wako merchant no one will send their movie. Into merchant send it to
Shalanko. Yep. It looks like you are diverting us. I'm not diverting. Hold on. Hold on. We are looking at this topic from the point say onipa ne send sika fi abrochire e dey akọ.
That's correct. That is correct.
And yet would obi wo Ghana no send sika on merchant akomo obi ho asem e na nwumre ye ka.
Okay.
Okay. From omo wa abrochire e send sika akọ Ghana. Me send sika akọ Ghana na menua e kwa akọje a ye betini E-Levy ana ye nt no wa chire mu a chire say ye send na okọ e kwa akọje sika na ye ntini E-Levy. Na emum se sika ne kogu na account so no wo Ghana send di ama obi dia eno no E-Levy bebem titi yenye ne sana mankomodie no nkofo nso ntimi mbu so mo question so me yemfa unsia na yemfa Abigail mpacho yeti.
Okay, so my question is basically you said say who send this cafe ha call Ghana na onipa ni koye it wouldn't attract E-Levy. So what I basically want to know is, let's say I've sent 1,000 Ghana cedis to my mom, and then instead of withdrawing it at a go, she decides to take, let's say, 200 cedis a week for like 5 weeks. Does it only affect it when the person maybe does multiple withdrawals, or as long as the money was sent from Europe or wheresoever, it doesn't attract charges no matter how many times the person withdraw money from that account, that particular money?
Abigail, thank you for your question. Once the money hits her account, it's hers. If she's going to cash out the money, she will not be paid, she won't be charged E-Levy. Whether the money came from abroad or even the money came from me to her, once the money is in your auntie's account, if she wants to cash out the money, it doesn't attract E-Levy. E-Levy is charged on transactions and transfers that originate within the ecosystem. It is on no eco send this 200 of that 1,000 to her sister in the village. That's when E-Levy applies. And now say opposite odi pay for ntuma wato online using Express Pay and no be attract E-Levy. But even say ntuma na oton only account na oton man no register with Ghana Revenue Authority, it will not even attract E-Levy. Once the 1,000 hit her account, the 1,000 is safe with her. Whether she keeps it in the Momo account or removes it cash to put the physical money in her pocket, E-Levy doesn't apply.
So it's only applies to transfers within Ghana in case you're transferring something to someone or something like that.
Yes, or buying something online with a merchant who is not registered with Ghana Revenue Authority, or paying a bill on a non-government of Ghana platform. So for example, if she wants to use the money to pay her water bill, but she's not doing it on the Ghana.gov platform. She just wants to pay her water bill on the normal Momo system through Express Pay. She will be charged E-Levy. So if she wants to pay her water bill, she can go on the Ghana.gov platform, and if she uses that system, she will not pay E-Levy. So it's really about how the person who has the money chooses to use it. That's what will determine whether they pay E-Levy or not.
Okay, so let's say she wants to pay her water bill or whatever, and then she goes out to cash out the money and go directly, then she's fine. Like
no E-Levy applies. No E-Levy.
Mama.
But I say Abigail, also the aba. Mr. Ebinimo Kase, Wamo NT and it is very loud and clear here. And into better check your device, na share volume system on your device, na increase, it's very clear, very loud and clear at our end here. Pacho would be any DB and you, but a bass iPhone, Mr. say. Unimo who say phone a iPhone and Mr. for a question about you.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Bajo first and o Casefi.
Bajo from a Jerry, Casefi Italy.
A Jerry Italy.
Madame Asian Munchre, Mama Martin Yamasipa. Because we know not done me bed in pa because of a Nema me you Fiji. I say every day beer and as every week beer, me tired. That's a disca. Inti E-Levy ni by na adani me adwendwen say from next month one best start at this can be a message BR. But my question can say transfer to bank account no. I'm mun check because then be a may be a delay pa minimum no a commercial bank.
A delay say a pending and I say a delay say and credit to hold on. Okay. Mibusa say a delay say a pending and I say a delay say and credit to account no on time and no more
A pending who says from your account to Mumuna within just less than a minute nini panade nensa kanani or day and wetima kwede wakui but bank at the end the last time I may try from an opportunity na still I am koi.
Okay. It's well noted. When you start delay no and as a pending no on your account no for how many times?
Anytime I may try to bank biano. So problem no na me experience. Inti ya me send the message.
Mebo, a Ghana commercial bank now faces a problem and now say bank be our send ya could be.
Problem is say me try other bank here. As any pana me send the man or use commercial bank inti commercial bank.
Matthias, it is very clear. We will look into our transaction to commercial bank. Now, what is happening there? Why? Yeah, that's the iPhone.
Okay, that's one answer part.
Very quick one. If you are able to send me a message on the Zoom with your full name, I can look into the particular issue and see what it is for you and then come back to you. Into Michelle and Kel to me send me a message on Zoom this one. And I'll add that those of you who came last week there was lots of people with lots of questions and issues. I tried to resolve as many of them as possible. So if you're on the call from last week and we helped you resolve your issue, please come and tell people how. Come and give testimony. Yeah.
Testimony time will come. Testimony time.
Yeah. So I know some of you may have tried to call our customer services and you didn't get a response you wanted, which is fine. This Zoom is me and you. We are brothers. I'm your son. I'm your cousin. I'm your whatever. So Michelle, send me a message on the chat and I'll look at it for you.
Awesome. Okay. Yo, yenko na yenfa efia wachi UK yetio anyway.
Thank you very much, and moderator, you are doing a great job here. So
thank you, Miss Efi Bernard.
Okay, yeah, you're learning from the best. So I've been enjoying sending monies through Taptap, but I think I've got two questions here. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I transfer money into my bank account in Ghana, and then I do onward transfers to other beneficiaries in the country. And sometimes from one account to another, which is also mine. So my question is in two folds. When I do the transfer through Taptap to my own bank account, let's say in Fidelity Bank or in EcoBank, then I transfer from my own account to another account, which is also in my name. Per the explanation that Bernard was giving, do I get charged from next month on E-Levy? My question is clear. Me ankasa my account, so it's in my name. The explanation now Bernard Demayeno. If I'm moving the monies, I have transferred through Taptap to, let's say, my EcoBank, and then I'm transferring from my EcoBank to my Fidelity, still in my name. Would that attract any charges? And then the second part is, I don't know, do I wait and get the response and then?
Okay, yes, I can answer that quickly. If you thank you. Inti say account now will refer to EcoBank and Fidelity. If it's the same, if you have registered with the same ID number, it won't attract E-Levy. Inti I know they are very clear. Inti say we'll send it to any account having the same ID as you. If you have internet banks now, cast a deadline say we should try and update our records with our ID numbers so that they can, if they put your name into their system, they know that you are the same Ifya Boachi who owns this account. So it will not attract E-Levy so long as they know that it's you, your account.
That is some great education, because like we all know in Ghana, people have different IDs. Previously, I was a banker in Ghana, so the fact that you have a passport on one account doesn't mean you, the same person with the same name, date of birth and everything, using your voter's ID card, even in the same bank, it does give you a unique ID, which doesn't show that it is the same person. So I think this is a great education for everybody. The second part of my question is, if I am transferring that money in my account, which I sent through Taptap, to another individual's bank account, that one, will it attract E-Levy?
Yes, once it's not you, that will attract E-Levy.
Thank you very much. And my last piece is my last piece is I have sent him a DM because I'm having challenges with setting up my account with First National Bank. You've done a good job by adding them. They are a great bank, and I'm hoping that you'll be able to resolve my problem so that I can send monies directly into my First National Bank FNGB account. Thank you.
Oramalto, over pick it we quickly, Amami and Sani Atwaso. No Bibusa said, Nansen also with the new banks, the Ababekan, First National Bank account, and rural banks, Ben at the Ababekan. My quick update on that. May claim me Chromu Bank, Mumwedu Rural Bank.
Mumwedu, so. More bank. That's fine. I think First National Bank is added. If you are, and sorry if I haven't responded to your DM yet, but I will look into it. First National Bank is not a known problem bank, because I told you guys that there was one or two banks where I was in this kind of call, and I know. Yeah, I think it was First National Bank. Yes, that's true actually. So you are right, absolutely right, because it's not just you. I think Kwame and one or two people complained 2 weeks ago, say, "Oh, First National Bank, it doesn't work." The news I can say is that one of the reasons I'm in Ghana is trying to source a new bank partnership. If you are hearing me, I'm sorry, Makama. So because the bank partnership we have right now is not really doing it for us. And I'm working on improving the bank product. I think you guys are my friends, I can tell you, because the bank product we have right now I have some way. But hopefully give us a few weeks, we would definitely sort it out.
But you'll be so busa say and you be a GT bank, you know, and also can't the list of banks and what are you doing about it?
No, GT Bank is on there, right, Anna?
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of the 18 commercial banks in Ghana. It's one of the bigger banks. So all the commercial banks are on there because GT Bank is one of the commercial banks. The banks that we just recently added are the rural banks, which we didn't have before, because also, I mean, there's something like 50 rural banks that we've added. It's a very long list. So go and try and find your list. Is there anything there already? All the major banks you can think of, which are, I think they're called commercial banks, like high street banks. Yeah, they're called universal banks. More. So if you haven't done it yet, go onto your Taptap Send app and just try and send money to a bank, and you can see a very long list. And if you find your village bank, please try and send money to your uncle. For Easter. For Easter, yes, Easter, yes. Almost.
Okay, Mr. Oramalto, Bacho, picky question, we quickly, Mammy. Miss Remo said, "Oh, Zoom, no, so now I'll meet you now. You're the day of background, Miss Remo. Checking my Mr. Meet yourself, said in due time, I'll meet yourself. Medasi. Obi eka about pending issues. Or send their commercial bank echo pending. And Obi and so can say and yet banking no no so no or task send there and also tyco pending. Can you brief us what are some of the issues that cause Emma Obi transaction pending?
Yes, the transaction depend. It means you send it to Ghana, but for some reason, no, the local partners have not been able to deposit the money into the final destination account. And no, it could be any sorts of reasons, right? Because it's nothing to do with Taptap, nothing to do with wo account and nothing details. It's nothing to do like that. It's difficult to explain what exactly could lead to a pending issue. So there's nothing you can do to sort it or to fix it. All the transactions in Ghana happen via something they call switches. I mean, the one system connects to one system, connects to another system, and sometimes network problems happens. Like, for example, 2 weeks ago, almost say, Doom Sobiko see what Ghana JIPS, which is the Bank of Ghana system that allows us to pay into all the different banks. There was some doom saw there for like 2 seconds, which meant that everything went out of whack, and then every transaction got pending. So every money that was sent for those 2 minutes, you'll be surprised, was quite a lot. They were all pending. So anything could happen in the system or in the back-end platforms in Ghana, which will mean that your transfer doesn't go as instantly and as quick as should be. It's never anything to do with most of you. Like, I never will cry, I never ask them. It's always almost something to do with some technology talking to another technology and it didn't quite work out, and that happens. I encourage you to give us a call. I encourage you to talk to us and let's try and fix it, because I will always say this thing: your money would always either be delivered or refunded. Your money is never lost with Taptap Send. I know that the money we work for is important to us, and I know that most of us don't want to wait for even 2 minutes or 3 minutes to find out what happens, because you think that your money is lost. With Taptap Send, your money is never lost. You heard that here first. You can quote me on it. I'll give it back to you. Your money is never lost. Your money would either get to where you sent it to, or I'll pay it back to you, or we'll pay it back to you. If you have pending issues, if say I go through immediately, if it's been 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 hours, hold tight, talk to us, and we will do our best to resolve it for you. I know that in the last 2 or 3 weeks, there's been intermittent issues with MTN connection, which has been a Ghana issue. Some days up, some days down, some days up, some days down. And those kind of things, it's all about the connections in Ghana. Into Mr. Moa, we are working to improve it. We are working to help our local brothers with the tech, to make the tech better and to make the tech stronger, so that we don't have these issues. So, Mr. Moa, if you have pending issues, please talk to us, and your money is never lost.
All right. Kakra me de beka ho, and it's a way of personal experience. Obi ohonoma na or sendi sika emu yedu like sika kese. The emehuni say some of the mobile networks, ewo limit on the wallet. Bit say MTN, some of them have 5,000 limit on their account. It is a whole sendi sika from wherever. Na more than 5,000 Ghana mesremo, breaking it into 2 or 3. O send it na wa mo nipa no every wallet ni mu. Na wasa send it. And sana ebeko bato kasa ibi a o send it bibi say 10,000 Ghana at a go. Na eko pending na ebi a check with nipa no na busa and say ni momo wallet no the limit he. Say if it's about 5,000 yen kakra no year film or ya no year film and yes ebeko pending medamase na my enkofa Frank Ousu obi wo Canada or can say obeka say the landing phone kwa na ye free there be nye landing phone kwa o hwezum no so it's in line ye free from the top na sa na ye no nti mebo me homoden na mafa obi a na emum oba homoden na ma question enye ntiem said the union monso ebetimi abusa question. Frank is our friend wa boy abaso nanso ye mfa da Frank ye da se wa boss body a with the eba ye befa obi bia anwumre yo ye mfa Frank Ousu o fi ho no mo a me de Elizabeth ebeto aso na ye the answer no aba iti ye mfa Frank ni Elizabeth embo Frank first ye tie. Franco Sumbacho, or meet yourself now for a question, bra.
Sir Frank, in the one I'm family umbrella.
Eja, Oba to Elizabeth. But your Frank ain't here. Elizabeth, but your yeti.
Hello.
Hello.
Elizabeth, Namika say.
Elizabeth, them said Frank, na or Numusu aba. Frank yeti. Elizabeth, the actors.
Frank also and some because of UK.
You Frank yeti.
Number say Busa say. me transfer ska afiako obi account ma and we charge me E-Levy na enya me am account say my wife accounts and we charge me E-Levy and a second one say me am accounts ADB na me transfer ko commercial bank and consolidated bank and we charge me E-Levy na mpacho me question ano.
Okay, one busa question be nti my mama Bernardine Yano answer na me de Elizabeth Aba.
Frank Medasi, once you are sending the money from the UK and attract E-Levy, into whether it's your wife or your son or your mpna, the and attract E-Levy. I face into what because the E-Levy is charged on who is sending it, and it's a Ghana tax. Into Wunti Ghana no sikano enye E-Levy asem. The second question is who send it from your account to your other account. If both accounts are in Ghana, once you are the same person, it will attract E-Levy, provided the system knows that you are the same person. That's why they are encouraging people to regularize their details so that they know that these 3 bank accounts belong to the same Frank. It's in your interest to do that so that your transfers within your own accounts will not attract any charge. Thank you.
Medasi, my enfa Elizabeth. Mame, yetio. After Elizabeth, near for Charles.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Mame, yetio.
If you turn upon na me Sunday Sika all the time, tap na me send Musika. Me sending Musika file. Until you keep on telling me it fade, and I left it, and then you ran. It's a try, and it's still saying fade. Try it, and then one went through. After me check it, say 3 transaction has been gone through, which is I sent £500. I was meant to send just 500, and now it's 1,005. Even at the moment, my account is overdrawn. And how am I going to get my money back, please?
Mr. Malto,
I tried to call the customer service, and they closed 5 o'clock. And I called the bank to even cancel it, and they too have been closed. So now I've lost 1,000.
You haven't lost it. Ora Malto, pick it for us quickly now.
Yeah, Mama and Pato, wait, I think you should message me your details. It's a shame we don't have the breakout room today. So let me just tackle that first. So there's no breakout room today because our team are away. So it's just me and Akwame handling this today. Into Mishrewa, if you send me a private message on here with your full name, I will look into it for you and I'll make sure somebody picks it up and comes back to you. But if you've sent it not a Kawawa account more, if the money has not been taken out, then yes, we can do a reversal and we can try and get the money back for you. But it might not be as quickly as you want it to be because if you thought that it failed and that's why you send the second one, then it's definitely not your fault because we shouldn't be sending it when it's failed. What I said. So, I'll send me your details on the chat, and then I would.
The details. What kind of details? My name.
I just need your full name and your email address, or your name and your number. I would register Taptap. Send me.
Okay, Tina, you don't need a transaction code.
No, only here or cost system. So I'll be good details into your name.
I will forward it now for you.
Now I was Zoom.
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, my Emfa Charles iPhone. Charles you. After Charles, Emfa Gloria and some Twasso. Charles you.
And me pacho me di Charles. Ekasa free London. Me pacho obiaba no can say account. And I'm very much aware that there are 3 things, either 3 or 2 different ways. A bit me a remittance into an account in Ghana, which means your bank a bank into somebody's bank account, your cash pickup and MTN or Vodafone or those ones. And me pacho me person busa say can you bet me clarify on which of these things no na your friend is saying E-Levy no be applicable to, because my yes so confused as to so many questions na ye busa say oh we in charge, you know. And me pamacha wanka a little bit clarification on all this either bank to someone's bank account, a cash pickup, and I say MTN, Madam Ase.
Charles, very simple. Who abrochiri hanomo, who send this ako bank account to mobile money, whatever network, who kwako ya E-Levy bia eniso. Say, who send this no call Ghana, uniane akoto ni mobile money so, and as akoto ni bank account mu. Na se uniano decide say, instead of say obey sikano. On also transfer akoma obi dia eno na E-Levy be charging also name so send this can nipa kono ko yi E-Levy bia ni so.
Okay, you are me da si bebre I mean sure all right
yemfa Gloria mpacho yeti o.
Hello, can I ask a question?
Mpacho hwana nie iPhone in do so yeah fana mako be do so why Gloria ni honoma yemfa Evelyn
Yeah, hello.
Mbajo yeti o.
Good evening.
Good evening, mommy.
Yeah. My question is very short. I'm saying last week, now me try say me send this car. My bad boy so try so send this car, but yes send there and call. But me try say me send £1. £1 on the coin. There 3 days time me send £5 the coin, but me try say me send it any amount via and kokra. Also me contact me bank. But later me check my bank account. Everything is intact. Into me the problem is say Taptap and I say problem if you Ghana.
Okay, mommy, simple. Okay. In the process of sending the money, no, ebedu baby, obeka chel say, go to your bank app, and yet say call bank building, and I say call your bank app, no, and obeka chel say call approve payments, no, and only 3DS and here can was them. Uramato. But you're saying cheche 3DS.
Yeah, so a possible say a very security reason why it's not been sent. Maybe a big amount, which is why. But if you are sending small amount, sometimes on security, which is why it's probably gone. So what's happened is the number one thing I advise is try and update your app. Into update your app, try and update the app. How do you update the app? Go back to your Play Store or your App Store, delete the app and download it again, and then it will update the app. And then sign in again, and then the app will have the latest version, because some of us know our phones don't automatically update apps. Into Taptap app, we release new versions of the Taptap app almost every month. At least there's one new release every month. Until you think that the Taptap app you're using is the most latest version, but it looks like the same. But frankly, no, it's possible say won't update it yet. Into what happens when you don't do that is when the last step of the transaction happens, that communication between the Taptap app and the bank, which is allowed to, which triggers the security 3DS now, it's not coming up. So you are not even authorizing the transaction, which means that it will fail. Which I say, a small amount, the bank will probably let it go. But if it's a big amount, then the bank would definitely want you to confirm that that transaction you're making, you are the one making that transaction. And if your app is not updated, it means that your Taptap app is not talking to the bank, and then that trigger will not come up. Into Michelle, please update your app. And if you update your app, then try again. And if you're trying it on the last stage, please look out for the security, the pay that tells you go to your bank to, or the pay that tells you we are confirming with your bank, and then go to your bank, approve the transaction, and come back and do it again. Michelle, if you don't get through, Michelle, Frey, and then we can try and help you out.
Okay, sorry, not to say me Taptap app on the was a record downloading for some officer to say, and yet possible says kind of
It's very possible that you are on a slightly older version of the Taptap app, which we need an update, because if you are on the new version of the app, it automatically brings up the security thing for you to do. But if you're on a slightly older version, then it doesn't do that. So it's possible that you are not authorizing the transactions. Indeed, let's try that first. Tap on the Taptap app.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good evening.
Jamisro Endu Sedu Samefro. Ma
Hello.
Yemfa Yao Mensa. Yao
Hello.
Mensa Pacho Yetio.
Hello. I am Gloria.
Okay, Gloria and Pacho Afeno about Yetio.
But Mr. Woman ni issue and the other by she and the last week me experience it pa. Na me ya kwa na maka tem say fail. Until later no na me die but na me try your flight to me yes kabi na me dey call say general society general so Ghana banks na e ho no. Until me ya no maka tem say bank na ma no anya correct. But trying the several times, no, catch a man 7 bank na money correct. But me try another app. May I no correct? Now I was wondering, say me try tap na anye. Tina, what's my question?
Yeah, I'm sorry, sir. App no uncle through or bank transaction uncle through because we know that there's been a problem with one or two of the banks. So whilst all the banks here, Jimano, once a while some of the banks haven't worked, and Societe Generale is one of them, FNB another one. Indeed, we know the problem and we are doing our best to fix it. Indeed, please bear with us. We would try and sort it out.
Okay, thank you. Thank
okay, you're welcome.
Yeah, that's it. Yao Mensa. Yao, Pacho Yetio.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
With the media, I'm say in Chichimua in Yanum Diabinano, I'm say clip like I can't person me bomb about keke because my try money sending application apps be bree. But tap no, in fact, send this kakra and I say pending issue be cry just say information I'm about the bia sebi a to assume kama ma ipa kuma toni impa anti the person me stress to say in shimwa you know. Mestre sembo koswa mo beye abreni abribia na ofin so no features bia mo de be boa ama dwumedi amudie no akwanim na afi so ye Ghana for so aye wa kontum so ye wato yen so because yinim say ye Ghana for de bibi say ekoso bi so e bo no modern wo bibi so no so be bibi sa anti mestre say mo be koso asembo apim game say de be ya bia be koso me din chake say so e ma Mr. Mawuto ana Bernard kacha Bernard say mi tie na abreni abribia piti Ghana na me tie na Juma pana or Yamagana and the Uncle Yamibi Shrano. Amen.
Yo, yeah, that's it. We're also the out there, but Yemfa Felix and Twasso. Felix, we are iPhone, but ONS. Felix, you.
Okay. Hey there, good evening once again.
Good evening, sir.
I just want to say I'm one of the vast majority of people who have had minor issues, but it has been swiftly solved by Taptap. So in my case, I've had zero problems with Taptap since its inception. And what I want to ask is, I heard Bernard Avle talking about the Ghana card, using it to have multiple bank accounts or something like that. And I wanted to say, for example, my first bank, for example, was who is this? The bank, commercial bank, for example, the account was opened in 2005 where there was nothing like Ghana card. And I left Ghana and now I'm in Spain. So what I did was my passport that they used to update it. And then I had another one in Fidelity and also the same passport. But I want to know do they base on the name, the same name, or they based on ID number that he was talking about? Bernard was talking about Ghana card because I don't have Ghana card. I have not got a chance to do it. That is my first question. And another one has to do with the issue of the sending from here to Ghana. I know, and I have been answering questions even in the chats to people for them to get to know the meaning of the E-Levy and how it applies. So I've been doing that for people to get the up to knowledge about it. But I want to thank Mauto very, very much, and you, especially OT2, that you are doing a great job. Keep it up.
Thank you very much, Felix. Bajo Benadoho.
No.
Fantastic. Bajo, ubit me pick up the question about me.
Thank you. That's a very important question. When we interview the officials about this Ghana card assembly, they say they will make provisions for Ghanaians living abroad. So for now, it's not possible to get a Ghana card if you are not in Ghana. So I will find out from the officials when E-Levy starts, how will foreigners who have multiple accounts, who do not have Ghana card, how will they confirm, say, this is the same person? It's a challenge they have to overcome. So I'll push that information to the technical committee. But on the Ghana NIA side, when I ask them about Ghana card for foreigners, they tell me that they are making plans for that. So definitely they have to put in place some interim measure so that people like you are not cheated. So it's a very good question we'll take note of. And when we get the answer, we'll pass it to Malto and he will give it to you.
All right. Thank you very much for the answer. Because as I was saying, the name is the same name. That name have been the same. My name is the same name. So, and the passport number, I've renewed my passport several times, but I have all the old ones, the one that I used to. Everything is there. So I don't think it will be a problem. I just wanted to clarify it. And okay. I want to tell Bernard that I've been listening to you now, just that you don't read my text message on Facebook. So don't worry. I'll keep listening anyway.
Alex,
bye.
Where can I come in?
For iPhone. Maybe for iPhone next. After iPhone, now for Hoxton. Intimacy line by line.
Hello.
Hello, mommy.
I am the iPhone. Yeah. A lady was
iPhone. Wow.
Me, Hickman. Yeah, iPhone.
Next time, yes, Saudi, no, mommy. Okay, it's you.
Yeah. Now Lady Bicasa, or she said something like, you need to have an identification or a number. And I didn't get it. Is it a number that when you register with you that you get this unique number, or it's an ID number? I didn't understand which number, because when she was speaking, she mentioned something like that same number should correspond with your details in Ghana. So if you can get
no, your Ghana card, could be a bank account with two different banks. So Ghana card no unique identification number. And no banks no more identify will say so when you pass Messi, I will be the iPhone. One will be account for Fidelity and a one was a B account or stamping. And no what's and actually and Bernard actually say Sabre Tiabruchri NI Egua Boasso almost say Ombe Boama and Yanuma Abruchins no etimi aye Ghana card DB. That's a CRD a Yama Sosa.
So does it mean that if you don't have that Ghana card or that ID and you transfer money to your same bank account, it's going to be attracted E-Levy, or what does it mean now that
Mommy, ya chilemu ama I very clear say amononeha na wo sendisika akwa my Ghana mua E-Levy be ni so.
Well, I don't think it's correct. I don't think so, because sorry, I just need to come in. I have read, I understand.
Hold on. If you have any question on that, we will give you the chance.
No, I don't have a question. Hold on. But I want to say that it's not correct.
Can you please hold on?
Yeah, I will hold on, but it's not correct, because the person receiving the money will be charged. That is what they say. That is how it.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm holding on. Thank you.
If you have any comment, Mawan Sasso, I have a chance, and you can bring your comment
1 hour.
Or your
you have not
called. So my other question is, so if you want to send money without being charged E-Levy, and you send it through a bank, you only just pay the bank charges and that's it, or the person taking the money out in Ghana to have to pay something? I mean, there's obviously.
We are not talking about sending money through a bank, but we are talking about when you are sending money through Taptap or any other remittance from UK, wherever that you are in Europe, to Ghana, you will not be charged E-Levy.
I see, because like the other person was trying to explain, because you will read things saying there is an attraction of charge, but then other people too will say there is no charge. So until these things come into force, we wouldn't actually know what
And
is chargeable and what is not.
we are confirming on authority that when you are transferring money from wherever in Europe, Canada, America to Ghana, your mobile money bank account, you will not be charged. When you are sending money from your mobile in Ghana to another mobile or to another bank, that is where the E-Levy comes in.
Sorry, I disagree. I don't think that is correct, because I will send you the link. I don't think that is correct. The way it is this. So if can you please let me explain, because I've gone. I know. Sorry. I know.
You don't need to explain anything. If you get your own solution, just get your place and then let us listen. We're giving us the update of what is coming up. And
but it's giving
if you
information.
don't agree,
So
then you have your own solution. Get on. Move on with your solution. And let us.
Right. Ebusiafo yan fiti prekope ene ebetna hanomo ene ebetumfutro egu obiani. We are doing business and we want to help our customers, and we have received information from authentic source and we are sharing with our customers. And if you think what we are saying is not right, Pacho, look for the better platform and share that information with others. My uncle Hoxton, Pacho, Yetio. I'll meet yourself now for a question, bro.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir. Yetio.
Yeah, me champion for.
Yeah, Joseph.
Okay. So, this question go for Adekate Malto. So let me send this camera a person obi wo Ghana move from project to be a million. Na me send this camera. Na me send this scan. Scan it take you almost I say pending almost 12 hours. Na me say messing frame me. Master, me go so for the deal. Na scan me say oh master scan. I say oh master scan no air pending. Opa, mami try screenshot me fast. I say there be me screenshot bia. So the scanner problem me say oh master na me do what say. Let me scan up my system about. And they were gonna
15 minutes.
Mr. Malto. You ask send the fast na you on come me. And second one also I don't know say if there's a way that you guys can I know EcoBank what we say next can Akuma EcoBank direct, but EDC, is it possible if you can send from Taptap to EDC account?
What you're asking whether it's possible to what link your EDC
to send
account
money from the Taptap send to EDC account?
Not right now, not directly, but I dare my dream, and I'm talking to EDC about it. Let's leave it with me. I would come back to you and confirm on that. But
okay, so
we are.
So about the pending money too.
About the pending, I can only say, Mr. I'm sorry, I'm sorry because it's difficult.
Say more.
Yes, that is, we send tens of thousands of transactions every day, and Taptap is getting bigger and bigger.
I think I will help
and sometimes these issues happen, and we are really sorry when it does. But hopefully, no, they are few and far between, and they are not like the majority of the issues that we hear about. And see, I'm really sorry for that. But if it's not resolved yet, please let me know and let me try and fix it for you. But I'm sorry that it took so long. Yeah.
But it took 12 hours, but the money went though. Yeah, by the way, the man wasn't like maybe your phone did and I scan and buy and I scan and I go tell you that's like I was like oh.
I know. It's
yeah. All right. Thank you, Mr. Malta.
No, thanks, man. I appreciate the business.
Yeah, that's it. Mayemfa Baker area. The next person in line will be Ali Rahman. Anything about your Becca yet?
Was it a lie? Did it happen? What action are they taking?
Good evening, sir. Nyamichira mo pane adwuma pa moye. In fact, ya yenhira pa ye. Say ade amoye we nyina no. Me hu no say a bonus work na moye. Esan say mo beti decide kra say mo ma. En so a ope send skawa o mpe no. Men send obi antimi nya mo hwe. En so e da nyame ase say monya ye ho adaje nyamichira mo pa. Akra me can say we the say fali E-Levy ho na mo accounts na abloko suspended, but minim the cause of it my technical your friends help team no ma send you a message. Now all that they told me is say unfortunately we will not be able to reopen your account. Your account was closed for security reasons. And see, this is all the information they could give me. So what is the solution or how do I go about it? You know, I just say a hard drink, a giant Easter, abusian for near that day, a best send or musica. But it was the process whereby I was sending money and one I suspended in the day. By minim say now wanting a too big in so and of course sad and I don't really know. And I know say my account has not been used for anything bad, so I don't expect this thing to happen to me.
Baker, since can say on your account security reason, send a message to Mr. Mauto. Say
I've got his message. I've got his message, Baker. I've got all your details. I would look into it for you, and I'll come back to you.
All right. Thank you very much. Sometimes we want to know also that what are some of the reasons that cause such things so that we can be careful. Maybe if too much money sending can be the cause, or if we are able to educate ourselves on the reasons that causes that. I mean, we are very much more careful because we know what can cause it also.
Yeah, I'll quickly touch on that. There are a variety of reasons, right? So if your account gets flagged and it gets blocked, there's always, and they say security reason, it means that we have a monitoring team who monitor all transactions which they think ABR, they may not be all like above board. So they monitor it and then they'll stop the account until some investigation is done. So one of the key things that could happen is that you are in Ghana and you are sending Taptap a lot just immediately without kind of, and now we hear it all the time, right? So somebody could say, oh, how come that you always send from Germany, but now you are now sending from Spain, right? So your IP address, like Danakami said, has changed immediately. Somebody will investigate that. If your state has changed, you're in US, you're sending from a different state, and you are just like a random sending from a different state, that could be something that, and also if you put a charge back on your account, so yes, say you send £1,000 this year, and then you call your bank, say you're not the one who sent it, right? And that could be a chance for us to also put your account on hold and have to investigate. You have to investigate because we have to give the money back to the bank, and then we check that it's because people do that. Say we send the money, but they want the bank to give them the money back. So there are things like that causes us to put your account on security hold and then investigate it. But I'm not saying that any of those apply to your account because these are just general things.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Because they didn't tell me anything. Maybe we are looking we are looking into it because they didn't give me any information what I should do because it was bothering my mind.
Since a security reason, mount of a human discuss it, or him say they betabia or nobody whom come. Why?
Thank you.
Thank you. Ma yanko Haruna eso Haruna and Pacho Yetio. No, Ali Rahman. Ali in Pacho Yetio.
Very quickly, Bernard has to go. So any final 11 questions before he goes? I don't know if that's possible or not because it's all call and we can focus the rest of this on Taptap.
Please, can I ask one last question? I would also even leave after this question if it's okay.
Bacho Wanani.
Abigail, like it's about the E-Levy.
Abby, I think
he said he wants to leave.
my Mima will be question. You've asked 2 questions. My Mima will be another chance. Why, Mr. My Mima will be so be any question on E-Levy. Obey me, dear.
Boss,
yes,
boss, can I talk?
E-Levy who has a mommy.
Mpacho ye fro say.
Nana baby. Mama mi start na ye me ya.
Nana ye tio.
Aha. Mr. Me bisa say E-Levy no ewo isika no me buy en cherry nti no me nim ewo sika no so ana say mo ye priso. Because me who want me email no eno ni me first question no 3 questions.
Nana wait me abusa me no on E-Levy now. If sending na
E-Levy ba ko pe eno pe na me.
And yeah, hold on.
I can't your mommy no Eco Bank. Me baby said, let me send me dollar. Me what dollar accounts were Eco Bank. Let me send this Edia to one. And only second question. Third question, so now me save my account was Sahel Bank. But you see, assistant banks need me name Dia Yedia to me sending Taptap every call me Sahel Bank account. Me who Dia Yedia to Sahel Bank no na me intro. Me questions are no 3 questions no.
All right.
Okay. Third question is simple. Third question is simple. The third question, the Sahel Bank is now what? Omni Beset, but I don't think.
Mami spelling no.
OMNI and then BSIC.
Pacho bro, OMNI
and then BSIC.
Okay.
Omni Beset.
Okay. See me to me send it after Paco at 2 accounts no.
No, we don't have that bank on the list right now.
Oh, okay.
We are working on it.
And how about Eco Bank in Sway? No
dollar account. Listen, so.
To me send it dollar dia come.
No, you can't send to a dollar account. You have to, because Ghana government doesn't allow us to send dollar into Ghana through your domestic account. You have to send it to your normal account, and then EcoBank would have to move it for you.
EcoBank no dollar account meaning normal account.
Okay, which means that and you're possible to send it directly into dollar account.
Okay, after E-Levy no na maybe someone say if free so na was.
E-Levy affecti sika wo send efi abroche aba Ghana, whether through to Momo or to bank.
Yeah, charge me.
Yeah, charge you E-Levy.
Oh, okay. Okay, I affect Ghana for pay.
Yeah, affect mu de mun ka ho.
That's it. No, that's it. But you'll be to be a question about E-Levy.
The Bernard Kain, I think, says the most refreshing one. Obi Awahabia was concerned about. A good someone clarifies. I mean, if you need to send money from Hanuma to Ghana, as long as you're not living in Ghana, it doesn't affect you. That is really good. And only one of the reasons I'm joining. But just one question. I think it's basically said. Obi sending money Taptap money to Taptap accounts in Ghana. I think you should have a feature here. I remember the sender who said the limiter nipa na wo Ghana no ni mobile accounts no ebetimi na allow na mana enya wo Ghana send be ya because I think the only problem I've had so far with Taptap is I sent over the limits and then somehow it went into pending. It took a while before I got my money back. And he said feature be honum na me fan say me send it a pounds equivalent to Ghana. That me who say so kind of mention over the limiter that particular mobile money account holder no the one it will really help me.
But Malto, hold on to that question for me. Obe answer. Since Bernard wants to go, no, Anna Oko. Okay. Abigail was having question on E-Levy. Say ubi any E-Levy question.
E-Levy question in fact. E-Levy question.
Okay, Abigail Mpacho. Abigail for E-Levy question, Ebra. If you on my record, Georgina.
Okay, my question is basically to say now say you connect your Ghana card no to your account in Ghana. Send a bay out send this capa. But like me Ghana card, but time na me I was not married. And then now I'm married, so I bear my husband's name. Inti edina me Taptap no is different from what's on the Ghana card. Inti bibi say no, like me anything. What am I supposed to do?
Which one? Edina or the register? Would they be a bank account?
Me old name no. Okay, near what way so no. But from this current Taptap, it's my husband's surname, not me crisis here. Doesn't it affect it in any way?
Abi meba. The na ye can about Ghana card no omo ti Ghana say owo 2 bank accounts. Baako ewo EcoBank, baako ewo Stanbic. The system almost detect say the same person. It say what the Ghana card be a 2 bank account with that same name. It's easy for them to detect. But say Udin abrochire is different from the ODB bank account Ghana. It won't affect because you sending money from abrochire to Ghana, it will not have any effect on E-Levy.
Okay.
Why?
Into my last mechanism about omo send this kana a delay na pending. I think it has happened to me before. Me send like over 2,000 euros now. Me send 1,000 man train and then I send another 1,000 again. Into omo block a second transaction and it took about 3 days before it got to Ghana. Yeah, for a helpline and they were like, yes, send it, and we should have like waited for like 10 minutes before we proceed with the next transaction. Like just so people know. It will be I'll send you a huge sum of money. Now I'll send you a train kakra because almost say yes, almost say a phone now wafa phone now. Like they are trying to get a lot of money from you. And Mr. Mauto Pamucho, maybe you should come up with something you send a lot of money in the course of the year. I think last year up to now I send over 10,000 euros. So some of my gift kaka. Thank you. I'm done.
Yeah, that's Abigail. My info is here. Yemfa Georgina. Now it's also what E-Levy question. Patch of idea, bro.
Yeah, the part of me E-Levy question is also say, abroad now send this kind of Ghana, won't you E-Levy no? I'm just saying, okay, with your Kogu, my transfer is kind of Kogu, my wallet is so Ghana. It is a transfer is kind of from wallet me into my bank account. I very attract E-Levy now. And then the second one, me fancy the my treasury bill or Ghana. So say a transfer is kind of from treasury bill account me into my account, a normal account. Na me tie E-Levy was one.
All right, Bernard, Bacho.
Okay, into your first question, once the wallet and the bank account is the same person, you will not pay E-Levy on it. What you say? It is a wallet now transfers. You can code to so Ghana. No, if you are transferring from that wallet to your own account, it will not attract E-Levy.
Okay, so if I transfer it to different accounts, then I'll pay E-Levy on that one.
Yes, please.
Okay, and then what about the treasury bill? If I have money in the treasury bill and I want to transfer it into my account, will I be paying E-Levy on that?
Are you the one doing the transfer, or the transfer is being done by the
bank, because it's going to be electronic transaction. So if they transfer it from the treasury bill account into my normal account.
From what I know, it will attract E-Levy. From what I know, it will. So long as it's an electronic transfer and it's done through any of the payment service providers or the electronic money issuers.
Me pawacho me kasa free Germany. Mama me misa me question wa me pawacho sekwanya ho.
Ajam pacho obi ka santinya botre ye be fa why?
Okay, because what transfer as well, that I help a lot of people to open the Taptap account as well. for Sabia or Koye treasury bill no what I know, I personally I don't have it, but that's the question I normally get from the customers. Say, oh, treasury bill account or where they normally transfer the money into their account. You cannot cash the money from the treasury bill account unless they transfer it. So they want to know that if that transfer was by the E-Levy, and when is it coming to an effect?
It's coming into effect on 1st May. For now, what I know is that it will attract E-Levy, but for the first one, it will not.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
My patro agata ni metimi akasa.
No, come on, we can't hear you.
My patro agata.
Agata and patro kasa yetio.
Ah. Me patro. Me kasa free Germany. Me kasa free Germany. Me patro E-Levy no se me yeska eko Ghana. Na Ghana for no na ye beti wo mo no na bia me diska koma me maame na se bia me pese wonya 8 million na esese me di bi so me di bi ka ho a wo mo ti a obenya exactly amount na asese me pacho ho kakra na menti ase.
Yeah, and no. Yeah, go on. Not coming.
Pacho, take it. Why?
No, take it. I think you can do better at it. Go on.
Agata said, ye move from Vitian, ya much said, oh, send Lisica, Effie, Amonane, Germany, Italy, wherever that you are, Air Ghana. E-Levy be any so. I E-Levy be any so.
Me patcho de walk or general or no so entry E-Levy ni bin ka
ho. Ontia there be ontia E-Levy bia.
Perfect.
Me da.
Me da se pa nyame.
Yemfa rock mpacho udino rock.
I asked a question. Mauto answer the question, please. Yeah, before it get lost. I asked a question earlier.
But your question, what was your question?
It was basically about how I mean, whether or not we can have a feature on the Taptap so that if I send money,
that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sorry. I didn't tackle that question. You go. Okay,
yeah,
I didn't tackle that question because sorry, I didn't tackle that question. But it's not a feature that we can immediately do because there's no API endpoint that tells us how much money somebody has on their wallet. We have a couple of validations with MTN Ghana or Momo Ghana or and those endpoints we can check and then confirm. We can check the name. We can check the name they are correct or not. We can definitely check that. And we can check if there is enough room in the person's wallet to take a transaction. But what we can't do is confirm whether actually how much limit there is. So it doesn't allow us to say, oh, this person has only 4,000 Ghana left in their account until you can send 6,000 Ghana. It doesn't allow us to do that. It just tells us, say, yes, it's possible to deposit this amount into the. So there's no feature that we can put in place that will solve that problem. I understand the problem very well, but it's not one that we can fix with tech, unfortunately.
So I mean, I would suggest that with problems like that, fine, you can't immediately resolve that issue, but to reverse the money, that should be immediate. That's where my concern is, because I mean, I remember sometime back.
I'll explain the reversal issues. So the reversal is not straightforward because when you request a reversal, that reversal is processed by the electronic money issuer, that's MTN or Vodafone, or they process the reversals because the reversals it's their thing to do, right? So we don't do the reversals. So when the reversals come back, because it's coming through another third party in Ghana before it gets to you, it's not as straightforward, which is what the issue is, which is why the reversals don't just happen like that, because there's probably 2 or 3 different systems communicating. If it's going through JIPS, which is the national switch, then it means that MTN will reverse it to JIPS and JIPS will reverse it to our local partner before it gets to you. So that's why it's not as seamless and straightforward.
Okay.
I'm not saying it won't get better. I'm just saying it's not. I'm just explaining what it is. But I'm not.
Oh, that is fine. I get your explanation. I really hope it gets better soon because I got myself in a big mess some time back. I tried to send some money urgently. Unfortunately, the accounts I sent the money to, the person was not allowed a certain limit. And then it took me over 5 days to get the money back before I resent it. So that's the reason I asked that question anyway. So thank you anyway.
Okay, sorry about that. Now Tommy, Bernard has to go. So
all right.
You can say your last.
Okay, guys, thank you very much for listening. Yadamwase. Thank you for all your support to Ghanaians. I have done a 49 minutes interview with Ghana Revenue Authority on E-Levy. I've shared the link with Mauto. If there are any questions about E-Levy, you can click on that link and listen to the interview. I read questions from all over the place.
Me pacho, me some question answer my call for me pacho.
Oh, me na me call na Mauto on. And is it an E-Levy question?
Me pacho David.
Yusuf Nyabo why?
The more E-Levy question I mean saying Yanwa. With the interview now to link most of your answers will be there. So answer another opportunity will be presented, and in fact, I'll try and even bring an official, if possible, from the revenue agency to come and speak. I'll try and help Malta to bring somebody so you can ask them directly some of the questions. If after the interview you still don't have your questions answered, we'll try and get somebody from the agency to come and join the chat. Keep sending money. God bless you. Let's build Ghana together. Bye-bye.
Thanks for that. I appreciate it.
Bernard, and you may say to me, Ebeka, who would you be so, repair me a sign to our back view. Right. Yanko Ali Rahman. Ali, Bacho. Ali Rahman. Oh, hold on, my question, Brad.
On any preview, my just watching. Why?
We have about 11 people, and I'm calling according to first come first serve. Definitely,
I have been there for over 1 hour, and you've not called me. So it's not first come first serve. You've just when I have something to say, you want to cut me off and I think that since we all use your app, sorry, Mr. Ali, I'll let you speak.
Master, raise your hands. Raise your hands.
My hands have been raised, but
raise your hand. You haven't raised your hand.
I'm just saying. No, please don't scream at me. This is business.
Ali Rahman, unmute yourself. Now for a question, Brad.
The question now, I'm saying, Mabusa no was better 3-4 times in a common Mr. Mauto. So, never be a Casadi MC war Ghana idea. Because be as many say, China motor for Crocuna, Wapo Modia, IS, I deserve maybe a man. Almost better 2 months and as 3 months, and this could be a penny. If you take 2 days, 3 days. I'm saying, my come my home, say, and then fancy even break up room, I home 3-4 times and so on. The same thing, even me send you almost 5 people, still pending, take 2 days, 3 days, as an idea. Neither be I was sending 1,200 Ghana city. I mean, put a bus up to 12 o'clock tomorrow. I was saying that now, deadline or as a criminal, I was coming but up to now, it is still pending. I don't know the reason why. Those, you've worked on it for several times, but it's still, and I a very big problem. Mr. More than I saw, but I said, why ever so bit me, I solve a problem. So
let me check. Is it going to a bank account and answer Momo? And is it always the same number?
No, different numbers. Momo. Me send it my because bank in the bank accounts, and because of that, Sky has the bank in the bank, so I'm still keeping it at home. So no, there was maybe a project in the name because me send it, and I don't want to divert. So they are the kind of advice in
that's fine.
Miss Andy, last month, Miss Andy, me say 35 euro as a saying on 23rd, a called 26,000 even in sec. Besides Andy, 50 euro, and also 19th, and also 21st, and even so inside. But I don't know, Skaki to have so.
Mintea says it's difficult to explain this one because many transactions go through, right? And they go through very quickly. I don't know what's wrong with your particular account. Things are pending. So it's difficult to explain that. That one. The only thing I can do is say we can try transfers to numbers now. We'll send it to from a different account and then see whether the same thing is happening, because sometimes numbers are more ported. So they ported numbers in Ghana. Some are ported number from MTN to Vodafone. Until send there, it thinks it's going to MTN, but actually it's not an MTN number. It's a Vodafone number. Some of those things can cause delays, but it shouldn't be that kind of constant problem, Ariaman. So I'm sorry that I can't give you a solid answer to this because I don't know what the exact problem is to give a solid answer to this. All I can say is that I will look at your account and I can try and see what's wrong with it, and then I'll come back to you.
Okay.
Hello, can I ask a question? I've raised my hand for a long time.
Steven, Steven.
Okay, good. Yeah, my question is very simple. I think the news about transfer from Europe and outside Ghana are not going to attract.
Steven, Steven, I feel I'll meet yourself now for a question, bro. Why?
Okay, yeah, thank you. I said the news about transfers outside Ghana, from Ghana to Ghana are not going to attract E-Levy's very great news. However, there's this PDF that has been shared on the platform. I'm going through it. I can't really find anything regarding what we are talking about. Do we have any specific document that will be more reliant for us to use as a base? Because talking about it is a good thing, but if there's a document that has been put into black and white, that'll be more supportive for us.
And where is that PDF coming from?
I just picked this PDF from the chart here. I think it was sent by Mauto.
Yeah, I know the PDF, and
I'm looking at.
No, I've seen it. It's fine. I know what you mean.
You muted me again. So if you look at the PDF under point 8, you say that what transactions fall under E-Levy. There isn't any mention of what we are talking about here. So if there is any document that we can look at, that'll be very authentic. Thank you.
Can I come in now?
Yes, please.
So there's 3 documents that the government has issued on E-Levy so far. The FAQ document that I just put on the chat. Then there is the actual law, the bill itself, which I also have, which I can put on the chat again. And then there's been some guidance issued
the bill as well,
today.
Yeah, documents are helpful.
I'll find the bill and forward it. None of the documents mention cash. Like there's no word cash in any of them, right? And there's nothing mentioning cash withdrawal in any of them. So clearly I've been studying this and following this for a very long time, right? I've been talking to lots of people. I've been talking to the media houses. Bernard runs a massive media empire in Ghana. It's important to them. It's important to the MTN people who are implementing this. It's important to the electronic money issuers. So part of my reason that I traveled to Ghana on Sunday was to clarify this, because this has such a material impact on all of us and our business, right? And I can assure you, this business is massive. I wouldn't be making a statement like this without the confirmations that come. There's nowhere written in paper that cash withdrawals are exempt. It's not written anywhere that I can share with you. But what I can share with you as a responsible leader of a business as big as Taptap is that the only confirmation, the only reason I can talk about this and bring somebody as prominent and important as our ability to talk about this is because I know and I've had confirmation that that's right. The confirmation we've had has come from GRA themselves directly. It's not written on paper. That's the Ghana Revenue Authority. The confirmation we've had has come from MTN. I met with MTN yesterday, and they are the ones who are supposed to be collecting this money and passing it to GRA. They've confirmed that the cash out is not affected. The electronic money issuers, the likes of ZPay, ExpressPay, and the people in the ecosystem have all confirmed that they have been told very categorically, clearly, by the Ministry of Finance and also by the Ghana Revenue Authority that cashing out is not affected. And this, if you read the document, it's all about transfers. Talking about transfers, it's an electronic money transfer bill. It's a transfer bill. It's not a cash withdrawal bill. So I can't give you any document that talks about it, but I wouldn't be talking about it if I didn't have it in absolute total confirmation that that was the case. So watch the space.
Hello, sir. Sir.
Can
you hear me, sir? Yes. I just want to say first, I think that, like you said, we are customers and we are trying to share information. So I think that we have to more or less defer to each other. So let's leave it there. So first, I want to say that I started using Taptap, and I would say that in the first instance, it went very well. It was very quick. I was not a believer in this. I would prefer to go to Western Union and use it. And then I started using Taptap. It was really good. I think I got a £5 bonus recently for sending quite a lot. So that's good. Thank you. I think of late, the system is playing up a bit, because sometimes when you send the money, it holds, and sometimes you have to call your help desk and they try to, and sometimes they send the money. So now when it does that, you have to use another app like SendWave, which is fairly quick. So I think, I don't know. I think I heard a lot of people talking about this issue, probably different issues, but maybe you need to look at also the app, because it used to be very quick. Normally, when you send it within a second, it just says successful. That's all it that and delivered. So I know that it's a good app. The other thing is that compared to the other businesses, I think you have very good rates in terms of the rates, because when you are sending money, you look around, and especially if you are sending it in large quantities. The other thing, which I think is very controversial, and I know that probably it's a business and you don't like to talk about it. We spoke about this E-Levy. But I think what I don't want to say what I have seen and what I have read. I know everyone has said everything, but we know that in Ghana, when they set the rules, sometimes when they apply, they come up with different applications. And what we have read, especially the GRA, they have said they have had some issues and they were going to go to Ministry of Finance to get some guidance. So I don't know whether those things have been approved. And this, one of the things that concerned us was the inward remittances. You have clarified here, but I think 1st May is just around the corner. So we will find out whether what you are saying is correct or not. Because from my checks also is that when the inward remittance gets to the other party, they cannot tax us here because we are not in Ghana jurisdiction. But the people in Ghana who receive the money will get that tax. That's how I understood it. And that's how I understood how it will apply. So you send, let's say, 200 Ghana. Let's say the 100 Ghana will be taxed to the person receiving the money, not you, because you are not in Ghanaian jurisdiction. That's how I understood. But I don't think we need to debate it because you've got some ideas. We will find out. 1st May is just around the corner. 1st May, I'll send 200 Ghana and I will ask, have you been taxed? And we would know. But I think that it's a very gray area and nobody really knows how this thing is going to be applied because there are so many issues with, they have some problems and GRA themselves have come out and said they need guidance from Ministry of Finance. So that's all I would leave it there. So what I'll say is that you have a good app, but I think you need to check some of the things that is happening. E-Levy, we will find out. It's a big thing for, I think, most people here on this platform. And that also informs how you send money. So that's what I would say. Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much for that.
Mr. Greg, I want to help you a little. E-Levy from its inception has never affected the withdrawal. From its inception, even the day that the minority walked out, they did amendments into the bill itself again. Even though without the amendments, it still did not affect someone withdrawing money.
No. I think you are misunderstanding it.
It has always been the sender. So if you send money from here, the one in Ghana receiving it, even if it's sent in Ghana, the one receiving doesn't pay anything on that.
No.
That is the reality about E-Levy.
They don't have to withdraw it. This is what I'm saying. I've done a lot of I know a lot of people also in the central bank and things. So the way you talk, we all do the same. I'm also in finance. What I'm saying is that in all the documents that came out, they said inward remittance. If you look at the finance minister's
I think that's fine. The documents have said that, Greg, and that's true and that's correct. There was two, unless you were in those meetings, Greg. Yesterday there were two closed door meetings. One was with the people who have to implement the law, which is the likes of MTN and the demis, like the digital, the dedicated electronic money issuers and the MEs, just the fintech platforms in Ghana. Those closed door meetings confirmed what I'm talking about the inward remittances. Now, there was another closed door meeting with the leaders of the media houses, which Bernard was at, right? So I've been in Ghana, literally trying to confirm this because, yes, last week, if you were on this call, I made it very clear that that was a gray area because I knew it was a gray area last week on this same call, right? This week, I have had absolute tacit confirmation that inward remittances are not affected because the platforms cannot take a tax from somebody who is receiving money. So if you are getting money, you are the receiver of any money that's sent, even in Ghana or outward coming in. The platform is not geared up to tax people who are receiving money. So that's I'm in no doubt that inward remittances are exempt. They are totally exempt. There's no debate about that. Yes, we can wait till the first, but it will be very irresponsible of me to go ahead.
That is the point.
Plan a business which is purely remittances without confirming this. So I can definitely tell all the customers on this call, Mr. Emoa, be taken from me. I have had this confirmed. Inward remittances are out of the bill and not affected by E-Levy. Your recipient is not going to be charged E-Levy. No, that's confirmed. And there's no way for us about that. And
Hey,
Greg, thank you about
I have one question, please. I have one question.
Bernard EATO.
Yeah, but what's the other guy's name?
Greg. His name
yeah, Fred. I was saying.
My counterpart.
But Udin, man, joining team. Yeah, sorry, Udin. But there is no evidence to what you are saying. There's no document to that effect.
That's okay.
There's no document to that effect of what you are saying. There's no document from the appropriate quarters that there will be any tax for us. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Bernard.
Yeah.
Yen took my MFI UK Emba Ghana. Near me two Futrungu yen customers any. We didn't create this program to misinform our customers. So if you want the appropriate document, wait. The implementation time will come, documents will come out, but we are here to give information to our customers, information that will help our customers, information that will help them to make an informed decision as to how they should send their money. Why?
Okay.
My Yusuf Macho, or question be able to me.
So, for whether my church will be Ampaabeng because every Germany. Actually, problem back on say semi information be for emergency. Not some because me try pre number do why German had there is no any number to call unless you call that led to London. Now London say cost a lot.
You see now Mati was some now can I say now na me number for Germany. Jinazo says here. Me try na me to chat room also whilst we go on. And I think say and no question ubusana.
Me pacho me problem no
problem. Mami 2 minutes. Mami 2 minutes. Me the Germany number with me contact when you have any issue in Germany. Me the better chat room on in 2 minutes. Why?
Okay. Yeah, also, I'm just thinking, is Kofi, are you on the line? Kofi, my Germany man. All line is up.
MZ Kofi so.
Okay. That's fine. Next week, I'll introduce you to Kofi, our Germany launch and our Germany manager.
Okay.
Germany, Frankfurt and after Berlin, all those two places. And he's our main man in Germany, and we also have Kabana also in Germany who's also able to help you. So
okay, no problem. That was because me fra a bit of the brand later no easy.
You see. Me say Mate was here. Me the number be mawa ubet me afraid in Germany. Why?
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, bye.
And Germany the better call honum CCR chat room on. Ma yemfa ofofro within the mean but fache me started Bijo Bajo Yetio Ufi onoma Georgina.
Oh yeah, master ball.
Bijo Bajo Yetio.
What do I malalo? Nkoye Bijo Machakao.
Okay, miss him.
Aha.
Oh, Bijo, unmute yourself. Now for question, Brian. Unmute yourself.
I agree.
Yeah, Taptap, and you baby, Biabia Vaculation. Bantonia, but you deal now, Upside banker.
Yeah.
Yeah, account Upside. Katina Marugara. We problem, and never number the bank account. Taptap ama new. I came to try number Amazon, telephone number Amazon Ghana. Yeah, accepted. Avo overthrow Nushanubo when I register for Ghana card. If you're in Megala Ghana. But for Homba neighbor, Ghana number. A Kokoro Gara Gamunia bank account my ego.
Natapay.
Oh, okay. Time of one and matter. Now, Maro Gara or even your bank account, Maria Yama in Bia.
I have a different bank account.
After Pelashina, or
okay.
Website Alashina, you need 2-stage verification in Lawashita. Challenge my Ghana number, Zamotani, Matam of a website as Ango. Alabanama, Okoda, Ghana number G, Afma, our need. Yeah.
Okay. Marako, attention, they won't call it Letata Jia.
One young Kokata, never idea, Okada Diara.
Okay. Madioga, and then I will send you. I'll contact you, and then I'll try and resolve it for you.
Okay.
Mayoga, thank you.
Thank you.
Akbakaka. Okay, then I'll come back to you.
All right.
You can speak.
Maybe if one. Yanko Georgina Mpacho, or question Fabra, Nafi, Yemfa of a fro. Mami Georgina,
Mpacho, me and Georgia.
Oh, sorry, Georgia. I'm sorry.
Okay. Me Pacho, me person me bisa say for now me wa UK, but me ni any account be our Ghana. Nti say me wa UK, person me be account or Ghana. Me to me be na I am send this card to Taptap akotum.
Mr. Malto.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's difficult to with me be account if the UK are only Ghana because most of the banks are more Ghana or only online way to open your bank account. We are exploring how we can allow or help you customers are multi London or multi Amanoneno to be able to open a bank account in Ghana without being in Ghana. They say no, it's not possible. Until Ghana, Mr. Find some time.
Malto, let me help here. I did it whilst I'm here.
Oh, fantastic.
I did it whilst I'm here. I did it with Fidelity Bank and it worked perfectly. And I started sending Taptap to rates 2 years ago. I did it here. So you just have to go to their website and present. You have to follow some prompts and directions, and then after doing all that, later they will ask you to confirm if it is you. You need a selfie with yourself, with your passport or your ID, and so on. You follow the prompts, you follow everything, then it works like that. I did it with Fidelity and it works. So and I'm actually 2 years ago, and I'm sending Taptap to it all the time, and it goes.
Okay.
So you can, for Fidelity, that is what I'm sure with it because I have it there. But for GCB, and Zenith Bank, I asked Zenith Bank, they said it's not possible because they cannot do it. And GCB, I had it long ago, 2005, so that one was there. But with Fidelity, it worked whilst I was here, so that is possible.
You
with
can
Fidelity
also do
Bank.
it through Ghana International Bank in London. They will be able to open an account for you. It's a Ghanaian bank anyway.
Sorry, I work for Ghana International Bank. We don't do that, please.
Hello, Mepamucho. Anything I was coming in. This platform, a Taptap Send platform, and we don't take any responsibility. Say Ubia Babeka say Ukubioha. It is possible. Yes, it is possible, but we are not saying that. I just want to make that disclaimer. We are not saying that. Because by law, I know, say, any bank operating in Ghana to be able to open a bank account for somebody living outside Ghana, as a partner in that country, for them to verify Unipano documents to prove. But if a bank is doing it, fair enough, but we are not saying it. This is something that we want to distance ourselves from it. Yen Tuaso. Yenfa Samuel Abeka. Samuel, yetio.
Yeah, Lord, the younger for Israel. Me was Spain, na me use Taptap. But since last 2 weeks, me send is ka echo Ghana. But nimpa no unso mo change the ID card, nimpa no a mistake na. Dini odoma am later on checking a dini wrong. Into me chat Taptap, but I want say in 3 weeks time once scan up back. Everything that me who message via me chat themselves no mum reply. So I want to know, sir. Then I call so.
Mr. Malto, but you to me applicate this question, Amami.
Samuel, it's difficult to respond to specific issues on a Zoom call. In Kenya, I can give you exact detail about what's happening to your particular account. What I can do is say, if your name is Samuel Abeka on Taptap, I can look into your account and get somebody to get back to you.
Yeah, my name is Samuel Abeka on Taptap.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
All right. Ma Yenfa Noble Mbajo Yetio. If you know Bwaniafa, Bob.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
UK. Me used to have many agents when I come my company for the buyer basso. Yabra Ali Ramane Casano Casa or Seniska Trimindapende sa Kakra Mania experience Mania say network, but we are independent Senis Canamano. The network in Enya and also to me money for that pending. My experience be Mr. Niska ama me brana baby o wono na network in Enya into free horn mona o ko ba bi ye na fe na koye internet bit na factor
ntino yana omo kanchira omo gisika ne se
omo gisika omo network ye say baby o wono network in Enya it me ma ekoda pending. My second thing E-Levy na as still na no yenyina yente ye ho ase ye I don't know excuse my language government na ngasa na kra no explanation or dey ba no yente ase nti mo ntimi nkyere ase ye a ye betwe kakane ahwe efi me na ekọ de o beka no but me practical example say me send 500 cedis ama obi a And the normal one, because the 5 cities set so, then depending on 500 cities in the paper. Until Taptap E-Levy, I must say, Yantiano, still now, anybody could hear, Ubitria 5 cities net, that's not, I say, Baby, come home. I'm trying to name a question.
All right. Mr. Mato.
Anthony, what's it a wedding?
Yeah, it's yeah, 75, even 500 cities are more beer. Yeah, the 5 cities at Toso, 90 pana a year. No, it's me, 500 cities in paper. And I must say, E-Levy affected charges, you know. And it's still now, no, Miss Enemy, 505 now. May you can ask any pano a year, you bet more than 5 cities now, that's
They'll be anything more than that. No, it'll be the same because I mean, they wouldn't take any more than the money that MTN charge normally. You know, even that one, almost reducing it from 1% to 0.75% into 5 cities. Slightly less than 5 cities.
A bit less.
Yes, a bit less. Yes.
So a no credit, that means that E-Levy no I can't be on fast so a better because that's a mentality.
Yeah, I mean, because the E-Levy mainly to capture the peer-to-peer sending from Momo to Momo and Momo to bank account within Ghana. And they modeled it on that into Enuana Omoye and yet cash and different things that we are talking about. So that's the main. So there's a lot of misinformation about E-Levy, which is
that is the
Ghana,
point. Yeah.
And that's the problem. It's
not government in the
yeah. So, but it'll be fine. I think we are getting more.
I confused there, but we are all hoping for the better. Yeah,
we are hoping for the better, and we would. I mean, I can commit to you say we are working our hardest to get information from proper, true sources because, as you can imagine, this matters to our business a lot, and this matters to you, our customers, a lot. So we are doing everything we can to get you the information that would be correct and sort of not impact you negatively. And if it has to impact you, then we will take action to kind of make sure that we do our best to reduce the impact. But as I say, we have total clarity. Say it doesn't impact you, so I don't want to make it a thing. Okay. Now let's try and wrap up on Ampaabeng. Yeah.
Right.
Let's discuss.
Yemfa 3 course. Now Yentimifa and Nejumedino and Brewe. We've done like more than 2 hours and almost 2 hours now. All right, cool.
Oh, bruh. Yes, I was in you. It's also be farming. Offer 3 courses around for me.
Dixon Yetio. Yeah.
That's it. The bank accounts of Ghana bears 2016 or Saturn 17 or Saturn Ghana Kadima. Now, percent saying Chicago at consumer. Oh, mammy, call my room. 10% say, didn't you? And I'll meet me about me to be sir. And a second reason, near me, you me a friend is saying,